anniversary celebration of the Confucius Institute at UMass Boston. 10 years is perhaps a short span in the overall life of a person, but it's long enough for a baby to learn so many things in the early stage of life. This is similar to how our Confucius Institute have grown now. With all of you as a wonderful supportive family, our community shared across 2 countries has allowed this wonderful new venture to thrive. Deep thanks to everyone. Thank you. Now let me say a little bit about the Confucius Institute. The Confucius Institute idea is learned from the British, French, German, and Spanish experiences in promoting their national language and culture in the world. Its purpose is to provide support to people learning Chinese language and culture. The basic structure of Confucius Institute is of a university in China paired a host country university. So far, there are 509 Confucius Institutes worldwide. 109 of them are in the United States. The Confucius Institute at UMass Boston was established in 2006 as the first in New England. It has 2 partners in China, Renmin University of China and its affiliated school, RDFG. So our Confucius Institute is a innovative model of 3 partners. From the PowerPoint you have seen a moment ago, you know what our Confucius Institute has been doing in the past 10 years. We work hard and we are grateful to people who have been supportive to our work, especially the partner schools in Renmin University, the Chinese directors and the Chinese instructors as Chen Mei and Shu Hong. They are working so hard with us, and also other teachers from Hanban. We are grateful to the leaders of UMass Boston, Renmin University, and its affiliated high school. Their dedication and their vision to ensure the Confucius Institute's development. We are so grateful to the support we have been given from the General Consulate in New York, especially all the education councils. Mr. Chang Tiansheng is here today as a representative. On the Boston campus, we are supported by so many staffs and faculties in our work. Also, we have special Chinese student group who has provided volunteers all the time for our programs. Overall, we could not do whatever we did without all of this support. Thank you so much. Working at the Confucius Institute, we have further understanding that the world civilization will be culturally more diverse than ever, and the world civilization will be enriched when all cultures enjoyed sharing and learning from each other with an open mind. As Confucius said, when I walk along with 2 others, they may serve me as my teachers. I will be mindful to their good qualities and follow them, their bad qualities and avoid them. Confucius and Confucianism symbolize Chinese culture like one color of a garden of world civilization, reminding us of beauty from contrast with different colors. That's the reason we wear this scarf. It's just like the scarves we present as a gift today. If we all wear the same color, no matter it's blue, red, deserve more exploration, more varied stimulation. We, Confucius Institute at UMass Boston, will continue our active mission, continuing to be open and looking forward to the next decades with your support. Thank you. Thank you. Now let's move to the next part. Let me welcome one of our biggest supporters, Ira Jackson, who has been working with us to organize this event. Ira Jackson was Executive Vice President and Executive Director of External Affairs of Bank of Boston and the Revenue Commissioner of the State of Massachusetts. He has also held a variety of positions at John Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University, including Associate Dean and Senior Fellow at the Center of Public Leadership. Jackson was a distinguished scholar with the Langley Center of Development and Entrepreneurship at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. From 2006 to 2010, he served as Dean of the Peter Drucker and Masatoshi Igo Graduate School of Management in Claremont Graduate University in suburban Los Angeles. He has so wonderful. I personally thank you very much to help me to organize this. Thank you. Now let's welcome Ira Jackson.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Winston. More importantly, thank you for your tireless work and for your team and all that you do for the Confucius Institute. We are all receiving a gift bag, and perhaps some of you have not opened this memento catalog of all of the achievements of our Confucius Institute over the last 10 years, but I think you will be inspired when you read through it and chronicle the legacy of what the Confucius Institute under Beifeng's leadership has achieved in just 10 short years. So please join me in congratulating Beifeng and Chunmei Hu and Shushang Wang for maintaining a superior Confucius Institute here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Ni hao. Beifeng has arranged for a wonderful afternoon of celebration, substance, and performance. We hope that you will remain with us throughout the afternoon as each segment has its own special significance. Please begin your lunch as we have a number of important speakers to hear from. To begin, let me introduce my boss, Provost Winston Langley. I'll have more to say about Dr. Langley during the next segment, the panel discussion where he will be a panelist and presenter. For now, I will simply say that he is our champion on campus for the work of the Confucius Institute. Professor Langley will offer welcoming remarks and read a congratulatory letter from Julin, Director General of Hanban. Provost.
I'm very pleased to be among you and to offer you the welcome of the university as it seeks to play its role in commemorating the 10th anniversary of our Confucius Institute. China is a country of a long, rich, distinguished culture. It is also a country which, for this century, the 21st century, is likely to exercise a range of influence that may be second to none, certainly likely to be equal to that of the United States. We are a relatively young country. We've made rather important strides in many areas of human activity. And we think both countries have something to teach the other. Indeed, many of those who were part of the beginnings of this nation thought of China as occupying a special cultural and commercial place in their lives, in their aspirations, in their understanding of their tomorrows. And it is commemorated in a number of institutional expressions, not the least of which are two I'd like just to mention: the Boston Athenaeum and the Peabody Museum in Salem. There you will find something about the founding person's fascination with China. Perhaps because of an interregnum during which a certain degree of enmity existed between this country and China, there was a lapse, an apparent lapse, in the broad cultural interest. That period came to an end some years ago, and now we have an opportunity of engaging more deeply and more broadly into an understanding of this country and its culture. And the Confucius Institute here is a leading expression of the effort to have our two countries interact with each other. Far more significant, however, is the idea that Boston, defensively regarded as the birthplace of many things, including the birthplace of the United States of America, the birthplace of our common school, the birthplace of the constitutional order for the society, and the birthplace of many a cultural expression that we can share freely and openly with China. Renmin University of China, the People's University, in its mission, mirrors the mission of this university, the University of Massachusetts, Boston, which itself is the People's University, and seeks to embrace humanity as a whole, understanding fully well that any learning that is less than that which comprehends humanity is insufficient. An understanding that any duty that occupies a circumference that is less than humanity is an insufficient duty. We expect that the success of this institute that is contained in your booklet, and I hope you'll have a chance to look at it, will continue, and that we will redouble our effort in collaboration with Hanban and with Renmin University and its associated high school to make the commitment to the peoples of the world and the peoples of our respective societies our central aim. Welcome to that commitment. Permit me to read a letter of congratulations from the Director General of Hanban. On the occasion of the 10th anniversary of the Confucius Institute at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, I would like to convey on behalf of the Confucius Institute headquarters, Hanban, my warm congratulations and my sincere gratitude for all those who have contributed to the Confucius Institute and dedicated to the friendship between the United States and China. Confucius Institute at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, is the first one in New England over the past decade, under the care and support of Chancellor J. Keith Motley. Thanks to the close collaboration between both sides, the Confucius Institute has been rooted in the university and the local community. It implemented a series of fruitful programs including Chinese language teaching and Chinese language teacher training, as well as various cultural activities which made important contributions to promoting mutual understanding and friendship between the peoples of the United States and the peoples of China. I sincerely wish that Confucius Institute at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, will continue to keep leading the momentum and forge with us ahead. Ruling Chief Executive, Confucius Institute Headquarters, Director General, and Master. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor and Provost Langley. Meeting Wu Zhaoqi, Vice President of Renmin University in Beijing, our academic partner. He had flown through the night to be with us, but despite the jet lag, he and his colleagues from Renmin were charming, informative, and warm. I'm proud today to wear the gift he gave me last night of the official tie of Renmin University. Renmin, as you will see again in your gift package when you go home tonight, is one of the leading universities of China, internationally recognized for excellence in economics, law, sociology, population studies, journalism, and communications, among others. It is perhaps China's leading institution in the humanities and social sciences. We're honored to have Renmin as our academic partner, and we look forward to strengthening our relationship as our Confucius Institute enters its second decade. Professor Wu is an expert on finance and capital markets, and his scholarly publications have been published in more than 100 academic journals. He is the author of no fewer than 10 books on China's economy. He plays an important role at Renmin as Vice President and Director of Graduate Studies. Please join me in offering a warm UMass Boston welcome to Professor Wu.
Thank you so much. I speak in Chinese. 尊敬的 Winston Langley 教务长，
Dear Provost, Professor Winston Langley,
尊敬的 Aaron Jackson 教务长，
Dear Vice Provost, Professor Aaron Jackson,
尊敬的常理事，
Dear Mr. Chang Chuansheng,
各位尊敬的来宾、女士们、先生们，
ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
非常欢迎大家来参加今天的这样的庆祝活动和这个中餐。
It is very happy to have you all here to have the 10th anniversary of the Confucius Institute at UMass Boston.
我和我的同事杨慧丽教授，还有我们丁院长，他是一位著名的艺术家，还有我们各位同事呢，来到我们波士顿来到UNB 来庆祝我们孔子学院的10周年。
With my colleagues, Professor Yang Huiling and the Dean of the School of Arts of the University, Professor Ding Fang, and my other colleagues, we come to UMass Boston to gather together here to attend this event.
请允许我代表中国人民大学对马祖大学的全体师生表示最真诚的问候。
I want to give you a very warm welcome to all the students and faculty here today.
对美国人民来说，也对世界来说呢，中国是东方文明的一个代表。
To American people, China has been considered as a very important part of Eastern Asian civilizations.
这个中华的优秀文化呢，源远流长，最少也有2000年的历史。
And the Chinese history is a very, very long history with more than at least 2,000 years.
这个中华优秀文化里面有很多精髓和人类的文明是息息相通的。
Actually, there are many similarities between the between American and China.
比如说，他对人性的尊重，他身上包含了善良、勤劳以及对勇敢的赞美。
Such as we all show respect to humanity and kindness, and we really focus on these characteristics.
中华文化里面有很多优秀的代表人物，其中像孔子就是最杰出的代表。
Confucius is the symbolism in the long Chinese civilization.
这个美国呢，在中国人看来，美国文化是西方现代文化的代表。
To many Chinese people, American civilization is the symbolism of modern civilization.
他对民主自由的追求，以及对他的宽容和开放，都是给人们留下非常深刻的印象。
Which leave a deep impression on our Chinese people.
那么这两种文化，实际上我认为是世界上2种最典型的文化，它们的交融呢，将会创造出辉煌。
And I think these two civilizations, such as American civilization and the Chinese civilization, we make a great contribution to the whole world.
当然，中国文化里面有很多载体，像京剧，还有书法，这是中国文化在那里面的一个非常有广泛的一个载体。
As more Americans began to appreciate Chinese opera and calligraphy, more Chinese people have become interested in American performing arts such as dance, music, opera, and theater.
实际上，对中国文化要慢慢的品味，它才能品味出它的味道。
And you have to art has no borders, and great art can bring people closer to each other. So for American people, you can have very special understanding for our unique Chinese culture.
这个文化从来就是没国界的，所以这个中国文化和这个以美国文化为代表的西方现代文化的交融啊，应该说能够是现在的一个主流。
Civilization has no boundary, and we hope that the great civilization of Chinese can be shared by the people over the world.
这个我们在华呢人民大学的学生艺术团呢， 为大家献上一场集民乐、舞蹈和歌唱为一体的演出。
The students art troupe of our university will present you traditional Chinese music, dance, and singing performances today.
我们的学生艺术团呢，虽然是业余的一个艺术团，但是是专业的水平。
Although the students art troupe of our university is not professional artists, but their performance will be really fantastic.
它主要是将中国的传统文化和舞蹈的魅力，做了很好的结合。
We hope that today you can feel the great charm of our Chinese civilization and arts.
我们待会儿可以欣赏一下。
We expect you to let you feel the charm of Chinese performing arts today.
中国人民大学呢，可能在座的各位外国朋友，有的很清楚，有的不太清楚。我简约的做一些个介绍。
You are not very familiar with our University of China.
中国人民大学在人文社会科学领域，在中国的高等教育中是 No.1。
It is one of the key research universities in China, focusing on arts and humanities, social sciences, and management science, as well as embracing disciplines of natural sciences.
我们在经济学、法学、人口学、社会学，人口学包括老年学。工商管理、公共管理，等学科在全国都是排名第一的。
In the latest national discipline evaluation, the university ranks first among all Chinese universities with 9 first-tier disciplines ranking #1 in the humanities and social sciences such as economics, business, journalism, and so on.
我们姚富林教授曾经担任过我们的学校的副校长和文学院院长。他所在的文学院有中国非常多的著名的作家。
Professor Yang Huilin was the former vice president of the University of China and the School of Literature. There are many excellent writers in the school.
还有中国人民大学国学是中国所有大学里面最早成立的。
Meanwhile, our university has also been considered as a pioneer in establishing the School of Chinese Classics, first of its kind in China.
同时呢，这个以我们的比较深厚的国学为基础呢，人民大学在全球有13所孔子学院。
Through the platform, we have established 13 Confucius institutes over the world.
其中和我们UMB 合作的这所孔子学院，我认为是一所非常好的孔子学院。
And the Confucius Institute at UMass Boston is a very good Confucius Institute that we are very proud of.
我和Winston拉明校长谈到的，我说我们共同努力把我们这所孔子学院建设成中国在世界各国所有孔子学院里面的佼佼者。
Yesterday, I met with Professor Winston Langley, and he told me that he hoped to try his best to establish the Confucius Institute at UMass Boston as one of the best Confucius institutes over the world.
那是因为波士顿地区呢是美国文化经营的一个集中地。
As Boston is the cradle of the American civilization.
同时呢，我们这个 UMB 呢，我们的校长、我们的教授们，非常欢迎、非常热心，这也是非常重要的。
The leadership and faculty of UMass Boston are have a very strong focus and support for our Confucius Institute.
我们也有信心派出最好的师资来。
We have the strong belief and strong confidence that we will dispatch very good faculty, such as Chinese teachers and directors to UMass Boston.
最后呢，我祝愿呢，我们麻州大学蒸蒸日上，
this opportunity, I would like to express our most sincere wishes to students and faculty of the University of Massachusetts
我祝愿我们麻州大学的孔子学院越办越好。
to the greater achievements of the University of Massachusetts
Thank you.
and the Confucius Institute at UMass Boston. Thank you very much.
We're very grateful to you for the vote of confidence that you and your colleagues at Renmin have placed in the University of Massachusetts Boston. We are extremely appreciative of the fact that you and your colleagues came all of this way to help us celebrate today and for bringing your performing arts troupe with you, which is going to be a great treat this afternoon. So thanks again. I would now like to ask Huan Sheng, Education Consul of the Chinese Consulate in New York, to offer remarks from Ambassador Zhang Qiyi.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great honor and pleasure to be here for the 10th anniversary. Really, it's my pleasure because I have visited this university, this Confucius Institute, plenty of times, and each time it is a pleasure for me. I have met many people here. The success of Confucius Institute, as I said before, owes much to the leadership of two universities. And I once posted that each time I come, I don't see what others do. I try to see what the presidents, the provost and vice provost do. Are they learning Chinese? If yes, that's a successful one. And I'm glad that Professor Langley, Jackson, and Struben are learning Chinese and Chinese culture. And Provost Xiaozhong is fluent in Chinese. At the same time, Renmin University offered great help. I met Professor Yang Huilin last time when he was vice president, and this time Vice President Wu came here as a sign of support. This is the important part, and the other part owes to the directors and teachers. I would make a suggestion that we give a great applause to the Confucius Institute directors and teachers, Ms. Sun Baifeng, Fu Chunmei, and Wang Shugong. Please join me in welcoming. In Chinese, they're saying, 3 women will give a performance, but it is a negative. Luckily, these 3 women are great women. They work together, unite together, and they give a great performance to us. So really, it's a pleasure for me to come here again, and I hope to come again and again. Now, please allow me to read the congratulation letters from Ambassador Zhang Qiyue. On the occasion of the 10th anniversary of Confucius Institute at UMass Boston, please allow me to express my warm and heartfelt congratulations to the 10th anniversary of Confucius Institute at UMass Boston. As the first one in the New England area, the Confucius Institute has conducted plenty of programs to promote Chinese language teaching and cultural promotion, including teacher training, Chinese proficiency test for college students as well as for school students, and has achieved great results, thus enhancing people-to-people exchange and mutual understanding and friendship between the two countries. It is my sincere belief that with joint efforts, more could be achieved in the years to come. Hope the Confucius Institute at UMass Boston a more practical future. Ambassador Zhang Qiyue, Consul General of the People's Republic of China in New York. Thank you.
I admit that my Chinese pronunciation is very inadequate, but my daughter does speak Mandarin. Let me now introduce Dr. Skylar Corbin, Vice Provost and Director of Global Programs at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Dr. Corbin is a renowned professor of molecular genetics and biotechnology. Under his able leadership, UMass Boston this year received the prestigious Paul Simon Award from the Association of International Educators for our comprehensive and innovative programs in internationalization. Dr. Corbin will bring greetings from Boston Mayor Marty Walsh and the Mayor of Cambridge.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're so glad that you're here with us at UMass Boston. We're very proud to have this Confucius Institute in partnership with a great institution, Renmin University of China. I had the pleasure of visiting Renmin University and meeting the former Vice President for Academic Affairs. I'm very glad to meet the new Vice President for Academic Affairs. We think our Confucius Institute's greatness is embedded in the fact that we have a great partnership with one of the top institutions in China. We're also very grateful for Hanban for their continued support and confidence in our Confucius Institute. I'm very glad to see some old faces and some new faces, and so welcome to all of you to our institution. So I'm going to read two declarations or resolutions. These are brief, so bear with me. Then I'm going to take too long to read. So first one is from the city of Boston, the official resolution offered by City Councilor Michelle Wu. Be it resolved that the Boston City Council extends its appreciation to Confucius Institute at UMass Boston in recognition of its 10th anniversary and the Institute's mission in fostering cultural understanding and providing valuable programs for students, and be it resolved that the Boston City Council hereby expresses its congratulations and best wishes for continued success, that this resolution be duly signed by the President of the City Council and attested to, and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the City of Boston. Signed by Michelle Wu. Absolutely. Second letter is from Denise Simmons, the mayor of the City of Cambridge, and it goes like this. Congratulations to the Confucius Institute at UMass Boston on reaching your 10th anniversary. Since its founding, the Confucius Institute has been a leader in promoting diversity and cross-cultural understanding in Massachusetts. Establishing open dialogue and exchange of ideas between cultures is critical for ensuring the success of our young people in an increasingly globalized and connected world. In fact, our very own Cambridge Range and Latin School has been awarded a Confucius classroom and received support from the Confucius Institute, allowing our community to help advance the Institute's important mission. Congratulations on reaching this important milestone. Sincerely, Mayor E. Denise Simmons, City of Cambridge. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Corbin. Representing the New England Chinese Language Teachers Association, it's now my pleasure to ask Zhao Li to offer congratulatory remarks.
Good afternoon, friends. I'm so thrilled to be here to celebrate with all of you to the 10th anniversary of Confucius Institute of UMass Boston. I'm from St. Paul School at New Hampshire, and this is my first year year at this new school. In the past few schools, I work at Dallas, Texas. It's called Hockley School, and then in Maryland, it's called McDonough School. Today, I'm honored to standing here to represent the teachers and to share some classroom stories with you and to share some friendship we built with UMass and Confucius Institute. 10 years ago, I was a young teacher. I switched my major from biology, and it's a calling. I'm a Chinese. I love my country. I taught in China. I taught in Tsinghua University. I was a young faculty there. And then I miss home. And I find that there's an opportunity. I can share my culture. I can introduce my culture to United States, American, and young teenagers. So I was very, very excited to be a classroom teacher. However, at the first year, I was struggling. And my student really have an argument with me, and they wasn't really satisfied about my teaching. They taught me I taught too much, didn't give them an opportunity. They said, teacher, we're the center. You should be like, let us play. So, I was crying. As 40 years old, holding 3 master's degrees, and then taught at a very prestigious college in China, I was crying in front of my student. And in that year, 2007, and I pick up the phone call, and I call by phone. I say, by phone, I heard that you have a Chinese bridge speech competition. I would love to join and bring my student in. And she said, sure, come on in, you know. So we flew here. I took 4 students and from Dallas, Texas to UMass. But I have a special request to you by phone. I say, I want to visit the classroom. At that time, and that was my first time to know her, and she introduced me to the Belmont Hill teacher and Miss Gao Jian 老师. That was a 7th grade classroom, and never forget, for the entire 50 minutes with the 7th graders, Miss Gao Jian 老师, and she didn't really speak any English words. She spoke all the Chinese. I was amazed. On the way back on the airplane, I was very brave to ask my student. I said, hey, come here, and I said, and the plane was pretty empty. I said, close to me, and let's talk about what you learned. And can we do a little bit comparisons, compare Li 老师 and Gao 老师? And my student asked me, Miss Li, do you want to hear a true story? I said, yes, please. And then they said, Gao 老师 is better than you. I said, all right, okay, tell me where and what. And then they said, that's the classroom we want to be. And then Gao 老师 make all of her students play, speak, and singing, and do all kinds of activities learning. You, as a main actress in the classroom, and always and dominant the stage. That was a really a big lesson for myself. And that was my starting point to really understand what is the student-centered classroom, what is how to engage students, what is American education system, what's the difference between American education system and the Chinese education system. So start from there, and as long as I have an opportunity, I'll bring my students to UMass Confucius Institute participate for their speech competitions. And then from there, I learn more and more how to be a good classroom teacher. And I'm very fortunate And then now in the past 3 years, I got invited by the UMass Confucius Institute to be one of the trainers and to train the young teachers from Hanban. And every year is about 200 or 300 teachers getting here at the UMass. And then we do trainings and we show the young teachers. And the most importantly for me is to share my struggles and then how I struggle through and then this between these two cultures and then to be survived in United States in the classroom. So I'm so grateful today thank you and for 百凤老师 and 舒红老师 and 春梅老师. Thank you so much. And this is a platform you gave to us as a teacher. This is a platform you gave to us, to all the students, also for all the new Hanban teachers. When I prepare my speech, I think you gave us the wings to fly. This is a place we can call as a home for all the teachers and the students to be able to have wings to fly. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Our servers and our wait staff for a lovely lunch. And could I encourage others to please take a seat? We have a great treat ahead of us. Our relationship with Hanban and Renmin and the activities of our Confucius Institute are strengthened by our Vice Provost, Zhangguo Jia, a distinguished professor of environmental, earth, and ocean science. Dr. Jia is Vice Provost for Research and Strategic Initiatives and Dean of Graduate Studies. Under his able leadership, the University of Massachusetts Boston's federally funded research portfolio has grown dramatically and now totals more than $65 million a year. Zhangguo has the privilege of introducing our Chancellor, Chief Motley.
Good afternoon. We are gathered here to celebrate 5,000 years of Chinese culture, the highly valuable strategic partnership between UMass Boston and Renmin University of China, and 10 years of extraordinary accomplishments of our collaborative Confucius Institute. It happens that one giant among us, in many ways, has been the Chancellor of UMass Boston for 10 years. And that means since the creation of Confucius Institute has benefited from the outstanding leadership of this wonderful leader. So it's my distinctive honor to introduce to you our Chancellor, Chancellor J. Keith Motley.
Everyone. On behalf of the University of Massachusetts Boston, I'd like to extend my warmest congratulations to the Confucius Institute for bringing Chinese culture to our university for 10 years. I want to thank Jean-Paul for such a wonderful introduction. I stand no taller than this institute. There's no way, although I am a tall man, I could never stand as tall as this institute. We're so grateful to have a relationship that means that we have been partnered together for at least 10 years. This university, however, has been immersed in this relationship with China for a long time. It's great to have many students here from our partner school, Renmin, University of China, here with us today. I'm so pleased that they're here. Students, stand up so we can see you. Yes, we always like to recognize the students that are in the room. Stand up if you are a student in the room. I'm so also pleased that my colleague and University Vice President, Wu Shu Chow, is here. Wu, so grateful to see you. Thank you all for traveling across the globe to attend this celebration today. I truly appreciate all the support that our partner university, Renmin University of China, has provided to the Confucius Institute at our university. I am looking forward to seeing more collaboration between our universities in the future. I'm also looking forward to the opportunity to visit in the near future. It's a special honor to have Chang Chen here today, Education Counsel at the Consulate General of the People's Republic of China in New York, joining us today as well. There are so many people who brought the Confucius Institute to life here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. I'd like to express my appreciation to our own Bai Feng Sun, who is here running around, always running around. There she is in the back. Hey, she's been a tremendous representative and has been a wonderful part of this community. Thank you for coordinating the various programs that we have. Thank you for making sure that all these activities are successful. For 10 years, you have facilitated rich cultural exchange between the United States and China in collaboration with the educational counterparts in Beijing. Special thanks to Chen Mei-Fu, the Chinese director of the Confucius Institute at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, for all her dedication and hard work. Thank you. Also, thank you to Xu Hong Wang, who serves as the Institute's Chinese program coordinator. Another round of applause. She's provided much support, thank you for that, but also training to language teachers in our Boston community. Additionally, I'd like to take a moment to thank Hainan Airlines for sponsoring the Confucius Institute speech contest for 3 years. Now, I've had an opportunity to witness our speech competition over the years, and it's been amazing. So thank you for that. I also extend a warm welcome to our 5 panelists. With their impressive backgrounds, they will surely grab your attention as they discuss Confucianism in our work and in our daily lives. Hu-Ling Yang, professor and former vice president of Renmin University. He was with us here on campus 10 years ago when we opened our doors to New England's first, to New England's first, to New England's first. Confucius Institute. He is responsible for helping Confucius Institutes expand worldwide. We always love to be first. And so we're grateful that we were able to do that. Tom Glenn, the CEO of Massachusetts Port Authority, who has done amazing work at Massport to help create direct flights between Boston and Beijing and Shanghai. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Making travel even easier for a tall guy to go. I love it. So grateful to you. Michael Schulman, Beijing-based foreign correspondent and journalist who joins us with 20 years of experience writing about Asia and the global economy. He has served as a correspondent for the Wall Street Journal and Time magazine. He is also author of Confucius and the World He Created. Yes, another round of applause there. Our NASA, Senior Fellow and Director at DePaul University's Department of Environmental Sciences and Studies. Ron lectures and consults with business and academic audiences across the globe on business, values, vision, marketing strategy, branding, social responsibility, and integrative, sustainable engagement. And our own Winston Langley, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, who has contributed to the University of Massachusetts Boston's continued journey in excellence in countless ways. He also is a frequent flyer. And he needs to put the chancellor in his baggage as he goes to China. I appreciate all the leadership, Winston, but also the support that you provided both our university and the Confucius Institute. You don't have a better or a more eloquent champion of the Institute than Winston here on this campus. It's so great. Yes, give him a round of applause. So great to be surrounded. And I also love the fact that I walked in the room and you all put this beautiful scarf around me. Looks kind of good. I'm going to have to wear this for a couple days now. It's so great to be surrounded by such a diverse group of extraordinary human beings, scholars, leaders, teachers, and, as I introduced earlier, our students. Thank you all for coming to the University of Massachusetts Boston to celebrate this milestone. Our community is passionate about expanding our horizons. Some of our most rewarding and some of our most meaningful work is accomplished not in isolated labs, but through various diverse clubs and programs where members of our academic community, our students, our faculty, our staff, our administrators collaborate with members of diverse organizations such as Confucius Institute. For those of you that are joining the Confucius Institute for the first time, let me take the opportunity to tell you a little bit about the organization. As was mentioned, this institute was established in 2006 and is a nonprofit public educational organization affiliated with the Ministry of Education of the People's Republic of China. There are actually 504 Confucius Institutes across the globe and 109 here in these United States. The University of Massachusetts Boston is home, as I mentioned, to the first such Confucius Institute in Massachusetts and in New England. This Confucius Institute has become a resource center for Chinese language and for Chinese culture, as well as a platform for the communication and exchanges between the United States and China. Through programs, through conferences, events, and cultural activities, the Institute has helped to create understanding and collaboration between our two countries. It serves as a bridge to connect individuals from China and the United States so they can gain a better understanding of each other. The Institute provides individuals with the opportunity to explore possibilities for the future of our two leading nations. The Confucius Institute has played a major role in putting together meaningful events and programs such as the annual Boston Dragon Boat Festival and the Chinese New Year, where their members, where members celebrate and share Chinese culture with the Boston community. It's also organized an annual Chinese language speech contest for United States students and for college students in New England. The Institute also continues to host numerous cultural lecture series. Students from all over our Boston area in public schools and private schools are able to learn Mandarin as a result of 9 Confucius classroom schools that work closely with the Confucius Institute. Some individuals from these classrooms are here with us today to join our celebration. The Institute also provides Chinese painting and calligraphy courses to our students. Experts and scholars from the Institute are currently providing our Boston community with presentations on Boston's Chinatown and Grand Canal, China, as well as the Great Wall of China. Another person who's been traveling all over the world working to make that happen is a good friend of this university, Dr. Roger Harris, who's here, sitting in the front, 16-time visitor to China, and someone who has been a tremendous supporter of the Confucius Institute. The Institute also awards scholarships to students as they share the opportunity to study abroad in China each summer. Over the years, more than 200 University of Massachusetts Boston students have visited China. These opportunities have allowed our students to deepen their awareness of Chinese culture and of Chinese language. The scholarships cover all expenses that students incur while they are in China, including their hotel, their food, and their transportation. This is all paid for by Hanban, the executive body of the Confucius Institute, which is headquartered in Beijing. Give them a round of applause. So, as you can see, the Confucius Institute enriches our campus and community in so many ways. I'm especially thrilled by the Institute's language endeavors, since language is a vehicle of culture. According to Walt Whitman, language is something arising out of the work, needs, ties, joys, affection, tastes of long generations of humanity. And when we learn a new language, such as Chinese, and interact with others who speak that language, we build bridges instead of barriers. And when bridges are made, humanity happens. So as economic globalization has increased, the United States and China have shared more responsibilities. The coordination and cooperation between our two countries have become very important for addressing various global challenges such as climate change. And one small step forward, tackling some of these huge issues, starts right here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, where Chinese and American individuals can come together to collaborate and learn from each other. The Confucius Institute has clearly been responsible for this collaboration. Once again, thank all of you members of the Confucius Institute who continue to broaden our campus and communities arising with your language and your cultural activities. And thank you for helping to create bridges between the United States and China right here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Congratulations on 10 years of service, collaboration, and community. Congratulations.